Hello everyone, good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
So in our last class we talked about informal speech, its body structure and introduction. So today we will talk about persuasive speech, which is a different one. So we'll go through the structures, how we'll move forward with our speech. So it's persuasive speech. So when you hear about persuasive speech, what do we generally understand? What it is about?
So it's like you're trying to convince
Exactly.
someone or convince a group of people to buy into your idea.
Yeah, definitely makes sense. So again, there are three main parts: intro, body, and conclusion. So we already talked about intro, and that's the same for this speech as well. But for body, it's a bit different, and for conclusion, it's a bit different as well. So for body part, we all know that in introduction there are six parts, which are AGD, attention getting device, link to intro, introducing the topic, then significance statement, then credibility statement, then thesis statement, and finally review statement. Then let's go for body now. So there are three main parts in the body: first, second, and third. So this time we will divide it into three main points, which are problem, causes, and solution. So for the persuasive speech, you need to have a problem, and you need to identify the causes of those problems, and finally you need to propose a solution. So the three main parts of your body, you will divide into these three main points. Make sense?
Yes.
Any questions so far? So now let's just talk about a topic. So what can be a random topic, like you want to persuade others about?
Why you should go to the University of Alabama?
That's an excellent topic.
Okay.
Why? Why you should go to the University of Alabama?
Mhm.
All right. So let's divide it into three main points. What's the problem here? Why not going to Alabama is a problem.
Mm-hmm.
You need to identify. Why not going to University of Alabama is a problem. You need to have at least two types of problems. At least two problems.
Okay.
Like that you can refer to. For instance, quality of education. If you go to any other university in Alabama, then you are lacking that quality of education. So that's a problem, right? Another one you can say lack of scholarships. The availability of numerous scholarships in our university that also is suitable for students to go to the University of Alabama. So that's another thing, that lack of scholarship is also a problem. That's why you should go to the University of Alabama. So that's another problem. Now you have to cite sources. For persuasive speech, you have to cite at least 6 sources. So you can divide it to 2, 2, 2, or 1, 1, 1, and fit other 3 sources in your introduction and the conclusion accordingly. It's up to you. Then you have to cite 2 sources here. Then we'll move to causes part. But before moving to the causes section, you need to have a transition statement here. Each time you move from point A to point B, you need to ensure that people or audience understand you are now done with point A and now you're moving forward to point B. How will you do that? For instance, so far we looked at the problems of not going to this. Now we will look into these aspects of why this happens. So that way you move into the causes section. Any questions so far?
No question.
All right. Then we'll have causes section here. Similarly, 2 causes. Now let's kind of a bit brainstorm. Why? What are the reasons do you think these two problem occurs? Like why you should go to the University of Alabama? Then you have seen that lack of scholarships,
Mm-hmm.
and what was the other one? Lack of quality education. Yeah, that's why people should go to the University of Alabama. So if we talk about reasons why this happens, maybe we can say lack of quality education. For instance, the reason being lack of quality education as lack of funding for training the teachers, funding for improving the curriculum, so we can refer to that. So that can be one cause, funding. Another one, which can be location, for instance,
Mm-hmm.
quality teachers from other parts of the states are not interested to relocate because of the location. That can be another reason. Now we'll move towards the solution part. Here things get interesting because now you have to propose a solution where you will have to have a call to action. So for instance, by the end of your persuasive speech, the audience need to get away with something, that they either need to change something or take some action after your speech. So what can be our persuasive speech and call to action after this speech? That can be in a way, after citing some sources and taking it, sharing some advantages of going to the University of Alabama, we can say, now, what are you waiting for?
Mm-hmm.
Just go out there and get admitted into the University of Alabama. So that's your persuasive speech. Any questions so far? So I hope now you understand how to frame a problem causes solution in a persuasive speech, and that's how you structure one. Thank you everyone.